بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In our community, there is a great need for a women's shelter to serve as a place of solace and safety for women as they transition into a new, more positive, inshallah, chapter in their lives.
I have worked with hundreds of women who fall into crisis to find that safe shelter. Whether they are trying to flee a domestic violence relationship, poverty, homelessness, it becomes my obligation as the public servant to find these women a safe place where they can transition.
Women's shelters provide an immediate safe place for women and children going through difficult life situations, such as homelessness, abuse, and financial insecurities.
Many times in the Quran and Hadith, it's mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps those that help others. As a Muslim, it's our obligation to help our fellow brothers and sisters. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran in Surah Ma'idah, ayah number 2, help one another in acts of piety and righteousness.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that the believer in their mutual kindness, compassion, and sympathy, they are just like one body. When one of the limbs suffers, the whole body responds with wakefulness and fever.
As a person who receives phone calls and other communications, I often receive phone calls from women who are in need of a place to go. The reasons vary. Sometimes they are abused by their spouses, and sometimes they are new reverts whom the family decided to no longer be with.
These shelters provide specific resources to women that enables them to recover from their adverse circumstances, rebuild their self-esteem, and regain control of their lives.
I always refer them to the ICNA Relief team, and I'm very happy that they put their mind to acquiring a shelter for such women in need, some of whom have children.
Our goal is to provide a safe environment both physically and emotionally. In providing services, we can help with cultural and or religious beliefs. Most women do not reach out for help in fear of being blamed, feeling ashamed, or the shelters just don't provide their cultural or religious needs.
Also, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, whoever relieves the hardship of his brother or sister in this dunya, Allah Azza wa Jal will relieve his hardship on the day of the resurrection. Brothers and sisters, how come we can sleep in a warm house and we have our sisters and maybe their children sleeping in a freezing temperature outside in their cars in a parking lot?
And having a women's shelter here in Colorado would help me and be more beneficial to me to help these women rebuild their self-confidence, their self-esteem, and just to gain back that independence. And that is what I believe I need within my community to help the women in my community thrive.
We are one ummah, and one ummah mean one body, and one body mean that we have to act and react together. We have to work together to solve our problems. We have to feel the suffering and the struggling of each other, of one another. We have to know that we have a sunnah of sympathy, compassion, and mercy, that we have to follow the footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
This shelter would house and provide resources for victims of domestic violence, of abuse, of anything that terrorizes our ummah. And women are mothers of this ummah. So I ask you to please support ICNA and support this cause, if only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and fulfill our duty towards our sisters in Islam.
I believe that with the unity, with the support, with the sense of the community, we can have a women's shelter here in Colorado. Jazakumullahu khairan.
I strongly urge all of you today to please donate towards this immediate need of our community. Thank you.